Hello, good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you are across the globe. Welcome to On the Sofa with yours truly, Esther Austin, on what is beautiful day in another beautiful day. Well, ladies and gents, today I have with me some incredible guests. The first guest will be the Stubbs girls, and I will be talking to all, excuse me, I got a bit of a tickle going on, all of the Stubb girls. Um, and I've been looking forward to interviewing these ladies for the longest of times now. I saw them perform in Detroit last year when I attended an event, and I was really blown away. And then after them, I think it's the Rude Boys, and then it's Toni. So I've got a stellar lineup of individuals with you today. So, how has your week been? Well, my week, as always, has been incredibly busy, but incredibly productive. And a lot of that time is taken up, making connections with all these incredible people. And, oh, Thelma. Okay. Thelma.
Hi,
Hello.
darling. How are you?
I am good. I am good. I'm so glad to have you on
Hi.
the show.
I'm
Hello.
in Texas.
I, the
I'm
reception is
so
a little.
glad to be talking to you, my darling.
That's okay. That's okay. We will work with stuff. We
I'm
will
so
work with
excited.
things. Yes, I was just saying to everyone that I wanted to
Thank
interview,
you,
excuse
darling.
me, interview yourselves from last year after I saw you perform in Detroit. And I was like, oh my gosh, these women just sort of brought the house down.
Thank
And it was an
you.
event that Brenda Wilson, oops, should be interesting tonight. It was an event that Brenda Wilson, the daughter of Jackie Wilson, had, and it was supporting and celebrating sons and daughters of legends. And these ladies were part of that performance. And so I had the incredible honor of meeting so many artists on that night. So, Thelma,
Yes.
so there's all of you. Here's Rhonda. Woohoo!
Hi. Hi,
Hello.
Thelma.
Hi,
Hi, oh,
Rhonda.
what happened?
Hi, darling.
Hi, Auntie. Good to see you.
Nice seeing you.
Oh, brilliant. You have
This
to make
is
sure I keep.
remarkable. We're so far away from each other. This is
Yeah.
remarkable.
Hi, how are you? Thank you so much for the interview.
No, I feel like I was saying to your aunt that I saw you guys perform last year in Detroit at the Sons. Is it the Sons and Daughters of Legends that was hosted by Brenda Wilson? And I was really blown away. And I kept on saying to Thelma,
Yes.
come on, you guys come to London. I love your style.
Yes, we have to come there. We have to. Thanks for having us.
Thank you so
Real
much,
pleasure.
Esther.
Real, real pleasure. Right.
And
I think sometimes why people might have problems coming on is you have to be in a really good internet. You have to have really good internet connection. That's the only thing that may, thwart them getting through. But whilst I've got you both here, let's start with you both.
oh,
Um, can't see you very well, Thelma. You look all a glaze.
yeah, she does. She looks kind of like she's shadow or something. Uh, I can fix that, but
It's probably the internet Wi-Fi connection. That's a little better.
Yeah,
yeah,
she's having trouble connecting.
but I see Esther very clear.
Yeah. Well,
Move closer to
we'll,
your
we'll
brother.
get the show on
Yeah.
the road. We'll get the show on the road.
You
Yeah,
look so cute, Rhonda.
no, I don't. No, I don't. I'm going to get my hair done Friday, so hopefully I look better.
Well, you're here now anyway. Well, Rhonda, I'm going to start with you first, my dear.
Okay,
Can you hear me? Can you hear me clearly?
hear you very good. Very good.
Yeah. I usually ask my guests, who is Rhonda in a nutshell, in a peanut shell,
Oh,
or let's say a coconut shell? Who is Rhonda?
wow. Well, Rhonda, she's a very nice, caring, generous person that loves people, love helping people, and love music. I love singing with my family.
Mm.
Yeah.
Fantastic, fantastic. Pam's trying to get on. Here she is. And Thelma, I'm going to ask you because I met Thelma and she felt so much like an auntie. She looked after me.
Yes.
She was really
That's what I
warm.
am.
Oh, there you go.
Hey, you guys.
Hello.
Hi there.
Good to see you.
Hello, Pam.
Hi there.
This is a real pleasure. I was just saying to Thelma, I've just asked Rhonda who is she in a nutshell, in a peanut shell or a coconut shell, and she just said that she's caring. She loves singing with her family. And then the same question I'm going to ask to Thelma. Who is Thelma Stubbs?
Yeah.
You say who is Thelma Stubbs?
Yes.
You can call me Aunt Thelma. I'm everybody's Auntie Thelma, okay? I'm all of these lovely women's auntie.
Yes.
I'm these two's, their mom's youngest sister.
Yes.
Their mom's name was Sarah.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And their Auntie Thelma, and you can call me Auntie Thelma too. But
Okay,
in a nutshell, we just love being together. We love singing. We love traveling. We're looking forward to coming to the UK.
Yes.
Yes.
I'm working on things in the background. There's a lot of things that even though things are still up and down globally, you can still plan. It hasn't stopped me from planning and moving forward as much as I can. Because that's the way you have to take things. Just never see things as a full stop. Always see what are the blessings in this? What can I do? Or what can I create? Or what can I recreate? And that's that. Right, Pamela, I'm going to ask the same thing, my dear. Who is Pamela in a nutshell, in a peanut shell, and maybe a crab shell?
She's gonna need a day to describe her.
No, that's not true. That's not true. See, while I'm like Rhonda, we love giving back. I'm a mom of 5 wonderful children, and what I like doing most is like I just said, we like sharing our beautiful messages and singing to the world, and we have a ball.
Excellent. And you said something key there, Pamela. You said you love sharing the messages. Now, what is the message of the Stubbs girls? What is it that you guys embody?
Our legacy. We love sharing our legacy. We come from a wonderful showbiz family. Our 2 great uncles, and we have a lot of other family members that are doing the same. So we just love performing and talking about how great our family is.
Yes.
Yep. And not
making people happy.
Right.
Making people happy. Excellent. Now, there's a couple of messages that have already come in. From some John the Bossman Hall.
Hey, John.
I love the Stubbs girls.
We love the boss man too.
Yeah, he's doing some great works. Always on the move, John. Always on the move. Sometimes you got to rein him in a bit, but he's always on the move. Oh, fantastic. And also AGA Tours, great uprising, Sister Esther and guests. So we've got a few people who are sending in messages already. Thank you for listening in. And
thank you.
And ladies, as part of your message, I've listened to a few of the tracks that you sent through to me, and there's Lady Marmalade, When Will You Be Mine, All Is Well. That is one of my favorites. It was in my head. It's been repeating in my head all the time. All Is Well. And then there's Someone to Love. So I'm going to play tonight All Is Well and Someone to Love, because I love all of them, but I can just play 2 tracks.
Wonderful.
Thank you.
I love Someone to Love too.
Yeah.
Robin
really put her heart and soul into that song.
Robin is full Gladys. She's awesome.
All is well.
But does the other song, and she's a great singer. She's great.
Yeah. And what was the thinking behind? Is Robin coming on? Maybe she's running a bit late.
I don't think Robin's going to come on because she does home care, and she's a patient of hers, and I don't think she's going to make it on. She sends her regards.
Okay, thank you.
So we'll sit in for her.
Yeah, we'll sit.
You're doing a good job. You're doing a good job. So the track, All Is Well. I mean, that was
We're just waiting for Sheila.
very sentimental. That was a very heartfelt track.
Yes, it is.
And it was really nice when, you hear Robin's voice, and then you guys come in with the harmonies, and you just take it to the next level. So can you tell us a bit about the background about that track?
Okay. Well,
I think Pam wrote that one, didn't you, Pam?
No, I did a little bit of the background, but yeah, everything was beautiful as far as All Is Well, the song, the message, and we enjoyed. Yeah, we did a one take in the studio. I do know that, and it was
one take.
Nice. Yeah, just one.
Wow. But you guys are so together. You're so harmonized. There's such an energy of connectivity that I surmise that a lot of the times when you work together, it's quite easy. Is that making sense?
It is. You know what? It is pretty easy because it's like we know each other, and we fall in easy with each other because we just know each other.
And we have a lot of fun. That's a lot of fun when we together.
A lot of fights and a lot of fun.
A lot of fights too. Yeah. You got it, Rhonda.
Okay, Thelma got hung up, it looks like.
Yeah, she'll come back on. It's probably because she's driving and the connection sometimes is intermittent. Yeah, that's why I said, if you can make sure you're in a good area, because that's the only reason. But she'll be back on. And as they say in show business, ladies, the show must go on, right?
You got right.
So what I'm going to do now, I'm just going to play an excerpt from All Is Well, and then hopefully Thelma will be back on, and then we'll continue this incredible conversation with these two lovely ladies. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm interviewing the Stubbs girls.
Thank you.
Funny how love can slip away. You think I don't know what you're doing out there while I've been working all day. You know I never did expect this from you. It's not important anymore 'cause we're through. All is well. All is well. Late in the middle of the night, baby, somebody's gonna hold me tight. All is well.
Oh, wow.
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 Oh, there's Thelma. Hey, Thelma.
Yeah.
Oh,
And
I'm back.
And Pamela's gone now. Okay.
okay.
Like to simulate this work.
I'm back.
And Thelma, you're the sister of the late Levi Stubbs, of the former of the Four Tops. And what was it like for you?
Yeah, it looks like she's
gone as well.
She's
That
gone.
is that.
Me and you, baby. It's just me and you.
Down to you, Rhonda.
Activate. But go ahead. You can ask me. I'll try and answer.
Right.
There's Thelma. Thank God she's back. Thelma?
Looks like she's frozen.
Oh yeah.
Right. I'll roll with you, Rhonda.
Thelma, can you hear her? Can you hear Esther? Okay, she's smiling.
You're smiling.
Yeah.
Right. Well, I'll come to you, Rhonda. Rhonda, what was it like for you, growing up with an uncle such as Levi Stubbs and coming from such a strong musical background? And, they were a real legendary group. What was that like for you?
Oh, you know what? I just remember hearing a lot of stories because, I was much younger. But I heard a lot of stories about.
Right.
There's Thelma. Thelma, answer her question because you. She said, what was it like growing up with Levi and Joe?
Okay, yeah, I'm having a little trouble with my audio, but I mean, it was just divine. It was just wonderful hearing all the.
It's her connection.
Yeah.
Thelma knows a lot. I just heard a lot of stories, and they said it was just wonderful growing up with Levi and Joe. Joe had a hit before Levi did. Joe was famous before Levi was, and then
Uh,
Levi became famous.
okay.
It was amazing.
Okay. And what does
Thank
it
you,
feel?
Rhonda.
Okay, you're welcome.
Yeah. And what, Rhonda, what does it feel like now? I mean, you're part of another, group, and I believe that, you guys will become, you are legends in your own rights because you have a very unique sound, a very strong sound. What to you has been the longevity of that trend within the musical industry?
Rhonda, since I'm having
Well,
problems, can you answer?
okay, yeah. Can you just repeat the question once again? I just want to
Yeah,
make
that's
sure I'm
okay. No, that's okay. You've grown up in a very strong musical family. So what to you gives you the attributes of being legends in your own right now? Because it's almost like you are carrying through this incredible trait.
yes,
And you've
yes,
got your auntie there, and then there's yourself, there's Pamela, and there's Robin, and you still have a very unique sound. So
yeah.
what do you feel what makes you guys so special for what you do? I mean, everybody's special, but specifically for the Stub Girls.
Wow. Well, that's a very good question. Well, I'm just so proud that I came from a musical family.
Mm,
We just have some great singers. It is not just the Stubbs girls. We even have some other family members that sing. My brother Robert, he sounds identical to Levi. One day, hopefully, you will hear him.
okay.
Thelma has sons that they're rappers and singers and writers. I mean, we just got so much more to give once we can give what we have, and we have so much more to follow.
Excellent, excellent, excellent. And Thelma, if we can get a question through with you, when you're on stage, where does Thelma go? She's gone. Already.
It looks like, it looks like she left the stage.
Back to you.
You know,
Okay.
Thelma brings to the stage. She brings the what can I call it? She brings the memories. I don't know if that's the right word to use, but she does all the classical songs, and she just brings back what used to be.
Excellent.
She also brings what's current too. She's just all around. Thelma's just remarkable, and I'm so honored to be on stage with her. It's a pleasure.
And Thelma has like I said, I saw you all perform in Detroit, and you harmonize so well. And then Thelma did she does take some stints on her own, and like you said, there is this incredible classical sound that sort of
yes
bursts from her. And
yeah,
and it took me back a bit. I'm like, whoa. I mean, and then you put you all together, and it's just this one incredible hub. Thelma, let me see if I can get in a question to you before you disappear on us.
Okay, yeah, before it goes out, yes.
All right, yeah. For you, when you're on stage, where does Thelma go? What does it do for Thelma?
she has a lot of fun.
When I'm on stage,
yes.
I just go into stage mode, and I'm somebody else on that stage,
Yes.
and I'm want to be the best performer.
Yeah.
And when I'm singing Louis Armstrong, I try to do it exactly like Louis Armstrong did it. And we just have so much fun, Esther.
Oh, and which other artists do you do?
Oh gosh, she does Frank Sinatra, What a Wonderful World. I mean, not a wonderful world, but New York, or what's the other one that you do, Thelma, by Frank Sinatra? It's another song too, but she does a variety of entertainers.
Wow. Well, I might have to get you to do a little something before you leave if you don't come out beforehand.
Sheila couldn't get in. I don't understand why she wasn't able to get in.
Okay, that's fine. These things happen.
Yes.
And that's why I said, having a good internet connection is what really makes this work. But never mind, we'll just work it.
Esther, can I just ask you this here? In London, you have some wonderful nightclubs. What's one of your favorite clubs there? that
What are you asking in terms of maybe coming to perform or
yes.
I mean, I'm currently doing my research because I've never been a nightclub person per se. I would go to different venues.
Okay.
Because what I'm doing is to looking at the clubs that will align with your look and your feel. So I'm currently having, talks with different people on different levels and also looking at venues for myself.
Okay.
So we can speak off air about that anyway. Yeah, we'll talk off air around that because I've already got your riders and everything. And what I would really like the audience to get a taste of yourselves as well is sort of you spoke about your message, and your message is that of love, and you spoke about your message in terms of reaching out to your audience. What else do you feel you bring to the table for your audiences? Because I know you said fun, and I can see that you guys have fun. But what else do you feel that you bring to your audience? Is that because you do have a special sound?
Yes, yeah. But we like to take them down memory lane, and we do that by singing a variety of songs, and we just love performing. We love being on stage. It's a wonderful thing.
Excellent. And Thelma.
Yes, dear.
Auntie Thelma, sorry, apologies, Auntie. Auntie, and who are some of your influences within the music industry? I'm going to ask Auntie Thelma first, and I'll come back to you, Rhonda.
Okay. She left again.
I'm sorry, Rhonda, but it's back to you. You're really holding the fort tonight. I'm glad you showed up.
A different way, because I wish all of the girls were here.
Yeah.
Especially
Esther,
Sheila.
I'm in Texas. I apologize for
Texas. Okay. So who are some of the people that influenced you? Who are some of the other artists that influenced you growing up, Rhonda?
Some other artists.
Yeah. That influence.
Oh my goodness, we just love Whitney Houston. We just love the new lady. All of the new songs from Lady Day. I mean, there's so many great. Aretha Franklin was definitely one of our
amazing lady, and
and
a good friend of Levi's and the family.
Yes.
Okay. And what was it about Aretha? Because I know, Aretha was known as the Queen of Soul.
Oh yeah.
But to yourself, Thelma, because you obviously you said that she was a member. She knew the family well.
Oh yeah, she did. When our mother died,
I think Sheila's trying to get on.
Died at 75. Aretha sent my mom some beautiful flowers.
Okay.
Levi was very, very close. Very close.
But it must have been really incredible for you, Thelma and Rhonda. You've obviously heard about the legacy of
She's sideways. Oh, she's having a bad time.
I'm gonna go up to a break, and then I'm gonna come back, and I'm gonna have a touch of whiskey as we go through.
We can try to connect these other girls and see what's happening.
That's right. So, ladies and gentlemen, I have the Stubbs girls with me today, and like I said, the show must go on. We're gonna make this work, and coming up afterwards will be the Rude Boys, and then Toni. So
nice.
We have a great show lined up for you. So without further ado, we're going to go over to some ads.
Okay, thank you.
Greetings, Esther. This is Diane Mathis. Thank you for welcoming me back to your sofa, where inspirational, informational, educational, and motivational conversations are had with artists across the globe. Your support in playing our music and telling our stories is phenomenal and appreciated. So when I'm in London, I enjoy listening to On the Sofa with Esther Austin.
Okay, well, ladies and gentlemen, that was an excerpt from Someone
Okay.
to Love
Yes, I'm
by
still here. Yes.
the Stubbs Girls, by the Stubbs Girls. Yeah. Feels like we just left with you. Well, you're doing a good job of holding the fort, my dear. You're doing a really good job.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
So tell me, Rhonda, what's coming up for the Stubb Girls? What have you guys been up to, and what can we expect to hear from you?
Well, let me tell you, we had our wonderful niece, Chiquita. Well, they call her Kita. She just produced a song. It's a remake from one of the Four Top songs called "Standing in the Shadows of Love," and she redid the music. It sounds a little different than the original song, but it's a great song, and it shows everyone's talent. And we're so excited because we're in the process of putting that out. And it's called Standing in the Shadows of Love, but it sounds totally different.
Oh wow, you got me curious. When can we expect that out?
You know what? I'm gonna after we are done for today, I'm gonna send you a copy over. I can email it over to you, and I'd love for you to hear it and give us your opinion, what you think.
Okay, brilliant. That'll be fantastic.
Yes.
And you know, like I said, you got to hold the fort, so you got to think quickly.
Yeah, I know. I'm gonna do the best I can. That's all I can do. Because Thelma, she's not back in here.
But you know, we spoke about the message of your music, and it is about love. Now, when in your songs, you know, in most songs, people talk about their experiences. A lot of their songs share about, you know, things that they've been through or what they see in the world. Now, we're just currently coming through this pandemic.
Oh gosh.
And also a lot of stuff that sort of blew up, especially from the George Floyd situation in the States last year. And it was just this spiral of revelations on many levels that came up in the world. So for you personally, how did you experience the lockdown, and did you create anything new in it? Did you personally discover something about yourself?
Yes. I'm gonna tell you, you know, during the pandemic, it just made you appreciate life for one. It just made you appreciate, because I mean, one moment we were surviving, you know, doing well, and then the next minute they were saying run for your life.
Yes.
So it was we've been traumatized, as you know. And you know, it just make you rethink everything, you know, make you appreciate people, because we were able to connect with people. So it made me feel love. I just want to love and share love, because love conquers all.
Yes.
If you got love, you can conquer all. And,
Absolutely.
And we're all in this together. We have to be one. We're all in.
Hello, Sheila.
Hi, I'm trying.
Hi, we can't see you, but we can hear you.
Thank you, Rhonda, for sitting in.
Sheila. Oh,
Sheila and Pam are having a little trouble.
Thanks for keep finding your way back.
Yeah, we're gonna keep
Sheila
this.
that was trying to get in.
I keep working my way back to you.
Oh, babe.
Okay, can you guys hear me?
Yes, I can hear you, Sheila. I can hear you. Thank you so much.
Thank you. I'm sorry that I missed so much of it. I can't get my camera to let me in. I'm hitting start cam. Is that what I'm supposed to hit?
It's just a circle. We can't. You spelled your name wrong too. You can't spell your name.
Well, she's probably stressed out. You leave her alone.
Turn your camera on, Sheila.
Yeah, turn your camera. Look at the bottom and see if there's something down there.
Here's Zora. There's a lady, a beautiful lady by the name of Zora. She goes, your voices are simply still amazing. So hopefully by the time
Thank you, darling.
Thank you, Zora.
We can give her another little rendition. Thank you for everyone who's listening. And as we say, the show must go on.
Thank you, Miss Johnson.
Okay, Sheila.
Yes, I'm here. You guys can't see me, but I'm here and I'm listening, and everyone's doing a wonderful job. Rhonda, you've been holding it down, sister. You've been holding us down.
She's under pressure.
And thank you, Zora, for such a wonderful compliment. Thank you, Zora.
Yeah.
Brilliant, thank you. Well, Sheila, let's come to you before you slip off. Thank you so much for joining me on the sofa. Now, I'm going to ask you the same question I asked the other two ladies and Auntie Thelma.
Yes.
Who is Sheila in a nutshell, in a peanut shell, or a crab shell?
Esther, I am fire. No. I'm the fun one. I'm the one that loves to have a good time. I have so much fun on stage.
Thank you so much.
And it's so natural for me to be on stage. It's like I want to be there all the time. I enjoy doing it. And I'm like Rhonda. I love people. I love performing because it makes me feel good to make other people enjoy what we're doing. And we're blessed in that way. God has blessed us in so many ways, health-wise, vocally, grandchildren, children, family. And I just love performing. And I can't wait to get back to it full throttle because we've been stifled, as you know.
Yes.
But now we're ready to get on the road, and we're ready to. Hey, we're headed your way, Esther. We want to be headed your way.
Don't worry, we briefly touched on that, and I said we'll talk about that outside of this. I'm working avidly on certain things in the background.
Okay.
It's going to make sure that you find the right venues, and it's going to be right.
Yes. And did they tell you that we have a new single that's coming out?
Yes, I just told
Yes, she did. She did, and we're going to send that to me after, and I can't wait to hear that.
We're so excited about that. That's a big excitement for us because we redid a rendition of our uncle's song of "Standing in the Shadows of Love," and we did it our way. So hey, a little Frank Sinatra. We did it our way.
Thinking for Thelma. Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Loads of fun working together. Hey, we fight like we love each other, and we love each other like we fight. How's that?
That's what Frank said.
It's a fun fight.
Hey, how could you have 4 women and not fight? Come on now.
5.
Or 5 women and not fight. I said 4 because I don't fight. The 4 of you fight. I don't fight. No.
Oh yeah.
Oh, brilliant. And Sheila, I've asked Rhonda this question, but you've obviously talked about when you're on stage, because like you said, you're fire, fire, fire. Like I said, I had the privilege of seeing you guys perform in Detroit last year.
Yes.
And I was blown away. I mean, the whole show was incredible.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
And then you guys came on, and I was like, I'm not sure I can take any more of this, because each artist was absolutely phenomenal in their own right. And,
God, thank you.
And with your uncle, he obviously he was a legend, and he still is a legend in his own right.
Yes.
Always will.
And what are some of the attributes that you feel the group or yourselves as individuals have moved forward with, because
I think that he had a phenomenally rich sound, and I am blessed to say that we carry his rich sound. And well, not just that, he also gave us great advice. I remember him telling me once when we were going to perform, he was backstage with us and said, if you're not going out to have a good time, don't go out.
That's right.
He said that to us. He said, we were nervous. We were doing a show at Pine Knob, and we were really nervous. We were opening up for the Four Tops, and we were nervous. And he said, it's okay to be nervous, but if you go out and have a good time, be yourself, do what you do. Don't worry about the audience, worry about having a good time. Right. That was the best advice he ever gave us, because we went out and had a ball and forgot that we were nervous.
Beautiful.
Yes.
Because I guess when you're having a good time, then the attention is, I mean, obviously you are performing for your audience, but when you go out there with the intention to have a good time, then, the audience becomes not second nature, but it's just that the focus is on having a good time. And then the audience will feel that.
They will feel that, exactly. Oh, yeah. And let me tell you, when we get done with the audience, there's not many people sitting down.
I know.
We get them up.
Yeah, I know, and I saw that. And so, Sheila, I mean, other than wanting to come to the UK and to travel, what did this whole lockdown period teach you or show you, or what did you learn from it? Sheila?
I think that we lost her. I think we lost
Sheila.
It is.
Okay. Sheila, sorry.
There you go. That's okay. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, yes,
Hear you,
yes.
my
Oh, I think what I learned most from it is that I love people.
Yeah,
And
that's
when we were in this lockdown, of course, it was about the performing, but I miss the people. I miss interacting with people and talking to them and learning what they like and dislike and just basically interacting with people. I
yes.
love my family, but I have to say, Esther, I had too much of them for a year and a half.
Wow.
I did. I had way too much of them. And my husband would always make a joke and say, just open the refrigerator, let the light hear you and sing.
Oh.
Yes, yes.
So we're just happy to be back at it again, and we just hope to move forward. We're working with a wonderful gentleman by the name of Terry Harvey, and he's the manager, or he's working with the Jacksons, and he's
Okay.
us on. So we're hoping that we can go really far with him.
Excellent, excellent. I do believe you will, because you have an energy about you. You have this heartfelt desire and passion and love to, reach out to your audience, but also this whole thing of having fun. And the thing is, when you're having fun, you can do anything because it helps you to get over your fears. It helps you to cross new boundaries.
Yes.
And it's almost like when you go back to being a child, children they have fun and they just jump in and do some of the most craziest things without even thinking about it. And that's what I'm sensing from you guys.
Thank you. Esther, you know what? We got that from you. You're real vivacious. And when you were downstairs talking with us, you made us want to come on your show because you sound exciting. And I love your accent. I love that accent.
Thank you.
So cute.
Wow.
Thank you. Maybe we can do a little practicing. We can practice a little something before the end of the show.
Sure. Jolly good.
Yeah, jolly good. Maybe we should say on the sofa with Esther.
On the sofa with Esther.
Rhonda, your turn now. On the sofa.
On the sofa.
With Esther.
That is too cute. That is too cute. It really is. It really is.
So much for this wonderful interview. Sure, it is wonderful.
No, yeah, I was saying to Auntie Thelma. She said because Sheila, she said I've got to call her Auntie Thelma.
Oh
so,
yes, that sounds like her.
And also Rhonda before that. I love what I do, and. And for me, interviewing artists like yourselves, it's not just a celebrity thing. It's a real honoring of people like yourself. Everybody that I interview is because I honor what they do. And sometimes we get this image that you're up on stage having a good time, and yet behind closed doors, you guys still have your lives going on and things going on.
Oh my God! Yes. Oh yeah.
You're gifting when you get up on stage. You're gifting so much of yourself.
Yes.
And that is for me, that's a real honor. I mean,
thank you.
Yeah, that is something to be honored. And I remember when I interviewed Sister Sledge some years ago when they lost their sister.
Right. Yeah.
And I said to them, because they had just lost her and they had to perform, I think, about 3 or 4 days after.
Oh wow. Yeah, that's rough.
How did you do that? And two things. The show must go on.
Yes.
But also they said, we had to just lean into God. We had to lean into that place to get through it.
Yeah,
absolutely. And people quite often forget when you're on stage and you're performing, you have stresses and troubles and worries, and sometimes your feet hurt and all kinds of things go on when you're on stage. But you're up there because you want to make the magic happen. It's in you. Music is in you. And when it's in you, you have to share it. You cannot not share it. It's that simple.
That's right.
Excellent. Well, what I'm going to do now, I'm just going to go over to another brief break. I've got Toni, otherwise known as 3TOB.
Right.
We're fans. I'm a fan.
You're a fan. So
Yes.
You never know. You might be able to stay on, because what I've been noticing, Sheila and Rhonda, is that sometimes there's such a vibe in the studio. And
Right.
after I finish with the first set of artists, they're like, we'd like to stay on for the second half, and we'd like to stay on for the third half. I mean, last week I interviewed Lenny Williams and
Oh,
Angelo.
Lenny Williams. Oh, yeah.
You have some great
Elijah.
interviews. Wow.
There's Elijah Baker. Oh, he's already in the studio, so I might just get him to join us. But that's the beauty of what I do, because everybody comes together, and there's no sort of, this is my space. Everybody comes together, and everybody has the chance to explore, express, laugh, and just be have one big party.
That's so nice.
Yes.
So I'm gonna let Elijah in on this. Yeah, I'm gonna let.
Uh-oh.
Elijah.
Hey.
Hi.
Hey there.
Can't hear you.
Okay, can you hear us? Hi, Elijah.
I don't think he can hear us, but we can't hear him.
Yeah.
3TOB.
That's okay. Yeah, that's okay. Well, what I'm going to do, I'm just going to go over to an ad, and then we'll come back, and we're going to meet Elijah, and there's going to be Antron and Anwar Khalil. So, ladies and gentlemen, you're listening to On the Sofa with yours truly, Esther Austin, on LN Soul Radio.
Right.
And here's
Thank you.
Right. Don't go away, peeps.
Okay.
Turning Point, your lifestyle, your well-being magazine, the summer issue, available July 2021 in collaboration with Street Flair London. The theme of this issue, #Black Royalty. So what does this mean to you? In this issue, we will be exploring a new, refreshing narrative and perspective. This is not a revolution, this is a celebration of self. Time to step into our personal power to enable the collective power. The responsibility lies with us. Great articles, empowered conversations, exclusives, art, culture, health and well-being, and much more. Join the conversation at #Black Royalty. And for further information, visit turningpointmag.com.
Okay, well, look at this.
Wow, look at this. Wow, we have 2 newcomers.
Hello, there's Elijah Baker from 3TOB, also known as Toni, and also Antron Green Hale. And also, we're just waiting for Anwar to come on. And I'm just so excited to have you guys on. It's a real privilege. Hello, Antron again. It's the first time meeting Elijah. So can we hear you, Elijah?
How you doing?
Yes. Yeah, I'm good.
Hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. There's a bit of a delay, but yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah, but
Anwar. And ladies and gentlemen, in the room also is Rhonda from the Stubbs Girls. Her uncle was lead of the Four Tops.
Levi Stubbs. Yes, hi.
And I think Sheila is still in the studio. Are you still here with us, Sheila?
I'm here. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay,
Sheila's in the studio, so they'd like to sort of stay on for a little bit longer, and we'll have. Oh, here's Anwar. Amar. Sorry, my apologies.
Okay, Thelma, are you there too?
No.
Oh,
Amar.
Copy. Okay.
Hello. Oh my gosh, this is a real blessing once again.
Yes, it is.
It's a real blessing once again. So,
Yeah.
gentlemen. Someone's left a message for yourselves.
Yes.
Yes. So, well, thank you so much for joining me. Amar, we still have the Stubb girls that are still in the studio with us. This is the niece of the late Levi Stubbs from the Four Tops.
Yes,
And also another lady by the name of Sheila.
Hey guys, how you doing?
Good to see her here.
I'm a fan. I'm a fan.
So, gentlemen, what have you been up to? What have you been up to that I spoke to you about? Is it 3 or 4 months ago? Was it about 3 months ago, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
We've been you know, trying to work hard.
You've been what? Sorry?
Trying to work hard.
Trying to work on it.
We got some, we got ideas for new songs, and Elijah's been real diligent as trying to build the media presence, getting some of our gear, as you can see, the 3TOB gear.
No, I want one.
Yeah, oh yeah, most definitely. So Elijah's been real busy on our media presence, and on our merchandise and stuff like that. And the guys have just been trying to figure out how we can continue to move this thing forward, So it's been a little bit of a challenge just because everybody's scheduled, but it's still beautiful.
That's nice.
Excellent. And Elijah, I want to come to you because I've spoken to Amar before and to Antron as well. So I want to ask you, who is Elijah Baker in a nutshell, in a peanut shell, or a coconut shell? Who are you?
Elijah and grass hilarious.
I can't.
You're breaking up, Lodge.
You're breaking up.
Bad.
Hey there.
Yes,
You're breaking up a bit. It's probably the internet connection.
Yes.
What about now?
There's quite a bit of feedback. All right, we can keep moving.
Do you hear feedback from me?
Only just a little bit, but not much. No, Antron. No, you're good. You're good.
Okay. Try to sound good. And a lot sound like I wish you guys a happy Father's Day.
Oh yes, happy Father's Day, guys.
Oh yes. Happy Father's Day to everyone.
Yes.
I had a Father's Day.
What?
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right, now I'm gonna stop calling.
Right, Elijah, let's see if we can hear you, my dear.
What about now?
It's a little bit of this, just some feedback going on, but let's make it work. Let's just keep going. We'll make this work.
You know what I'm gonna do? What I'm gonna do is, and I would kind of suggest this to the other people that's on. Kind of mute your mic, because sometimes when everybody's mic is live, you get a feedback. So I'm about to mute my mic until you ask me a question.
I'll do the same.
No problem.
Yeah.
Okay. Right, Elijah, let's go ahead. Let's see if we can hear you.
Okay.
Wow.
You want me to come in?
Elijah, you is breaking up. Lord.
Wow.
Okay. I'm gonna hang up. and Rhonda, you should too, and that might allow them to be able to have more access. Okay, well, guys, have a great interview.
Okay, all right.
Esther, is that okay? Should we hang up?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, thank you so much for the interview. Thank you. Okay, we'll see you soon. Bye, guys. Happy Father's Day.
Thank you so much. Hey, Antron, put your mic on mute when you're not talking. Just tap the mic on your screen.
Okay. Well, you sound real clear.
Both of you sound clear. His call as well. Oh, wow.
Okay. Well, hopefully when he comes back in, he's cool.
Hi, Carl.
Hello. How are you?
I'm fine. See, he's very clear. So
yeah. What's up, Carl Wheeler? Happy Father's Day.
What's up, baby boy? Happy Father's Day to you too, man.
Happy Father's Day, real.
What's up, boy? How you doing?
Oh, brilliant. Thank you so much, gentlemen, for coming on. Carl, I want to ask you because I've always asked these other guys before, who is Carl in a nutshell, in a peanut shell, or a crab shell? What is Carl? Who is Carl?
Carl is a musician. You would say songwriter. Along with the rest of the fellas. I'm just the ordinary, just cool guy. How about that?
That sounds good. I could go
Oh, you
with.
think you cool? So you think you cool? No, I'm just
Yeah,
playing.
I'm cool, man. I'm cool, baby.
You're just trying to start trouble, Amar.
How about now?
Yeah.
That's better.
Yeah, Lige.
All right.
Yeah, that's better, Elijah. How you doing, Elijah?
How you doing, Carl? Happy Father's Day.
Yeah, same to you, my brother.
Okay, brilliant. Well, guys, let's get this gravy train rolling. You guys have been on a journey. Elijah, I watched your documentary. There's a lot in that documentary, but what I would like to do now is to sort of talk about where you guys are now and where you're going. Amos shared a little bit about you've got a lot going on. You've got your merchandise, you've got some new stuff coming out. But if I can take you back a little ways, just a little ways, coming out of the experience that your documentary showed us, a couple of things that I was very, very aware was the sense of, we deserve more, we deserve better. There was also a sense of, wanting to make your mark and leave your legacy. And I believe that's where 3TOB was born. Is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Go ahead. Sorry.
Well, bottom line is I have the desire and the passion, basically financially overlooked our talents and our skill set. We want to prove to the world we have talent also. And we can write songs, make music, and great entertainers as well. Carl, they let be involved in the production. Antron and myself, they didn't. So we just want to show the world what we got. And I want to do it before I'm 60 years old. Carl,
how long you got left? How long you got left?
I got 7 years left before I hit 60. Carl, Antron, and Amar. You know what I'm saying? I want to, I'm the only guy who never joined another group to play. I just like playing with them. I don't have the desire to even play with nobody else like that. Like I have this chemistry I have with them, and I can live and die with it. I like playing the bass, but they probably like playing the instrument more than I like playing it because I got more other things I got going on in my head that I'm more passionate about. But if I do music, I only want to do it there.
Okay. And I guess that symbolizes that honoring and that special bond that you guys have anyway. And because you've played together for so many times before, excuse me, and you have that connection, and it's in that connection that makes you guys special, I would say. Amar.
Yeah, most definitely. It says a lot when you have a band of brothers and some guys that you can really depend on and that you truly love being around. I love being around the guys all the time, even with the Tonys. I might not have liked the way business was handled and things like that, but I truly enjoyed being around them because I've been knowing them like all of my life.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like I always take that to heart. I'm just that kind of guy where if I say I love you and if I say that and I enjoy your company, then that's who I am. I'm not gonna change, And so for me to have stuck it out as long as I did with the Tonys, it was all because of love. It was never because of the business or anything like that. It was because of the love, and it was because of my love for being on stage. And it's the same with these guys. Well, it's all one. It's not like with these guys. It's all one because this is who I've been around all my life. So yeah.
Excellent. And what about you, Antron?
Well, I just love the bond, and we have so much more to offer. You know, it's like some people, they just get Hollywood
Mm,
and they get the big head. No, we want to create music. We
mm,
produce music. Well, that's what we do. That's what we've been doing for all of these years. I mean, it makes no sense to stop now. You can't
mm,
stop now.
Nah, no sense at all. You can't stop.
mm.
And then it's really great because it's like you got your whole team here. So it's like Drake. We started from the bottom, now we here. So it's beautiful.
Yeah. And it's interesting because as I listen to you guys talk, there's almost a sense of there's a hunger. There's a hunger for more. But interestingly, when I listen to your music and I observe you guys, in my mind, I already see you there. Is that making sense? And I don't just say things for the sake of saying it. This is what I see and this is what I feel. Um, and you will get there because you guys have a unique sound, and just the coming together, in itself is something that's going to take you places. But when I listen to your music, never give you up, trading places. For me, that you're already there. Is that making? I don't know if that makes sense to you guys.
No, it makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
You hear that chemistry, you hear that sound. It makes sense.
Yeah, yeah, and it's a little bit of the old, but it's some of the new, and then you're just going to take this and move forward with it. It may take a little longer than you anticipate, but I just feel that everything is in the making to take you to wherever you want to get to.
Indeed, indeed. I think the proof is in the pudding, as they say. The proof
Mm.
is in the pudding. Um,
What's in the
the,
pudding? What's in the pudding, Amar?
what's in the pudding? It has to. The right ingredients to make that pudding taste exactly the way it's supposed to taste. The right consistency. It's not too thick. It's not too watered down. It's
Mm,
just enough. Um, we just have to, as they say out here, when they want you to get moving, hey man, it's time to agitate the gravel and get moving and do what we need to do. Um, the guys are super talented, each and
yes.
every last one of them, each and every last one of them. Um, so it's about prioritizing what we need to do, and
Mm,
then really move on it. And I think the world is waiting. Like you said, we don't have to um, reinvent the wheel. We just need to
mm,
keep it moving. We just need to keep it moving.
mm. And what is it that needs to keep moving? Is it that you need more gigs, more presence, more Carl, I'm coming to you in a minute before you fall asleep there, sir. But what is it that you feel? Gotcha. What is it that you feel that you need to get yourselves moving? I'm going to throw that out to, yeah, I'm coming to you, Carl, because I want to
Yeah,
wake
go to
you up.
Carl.
Well, what would keep us? Say it again.
Yeah.
You said what keeps us
What is
moving?
it that you feel would keep you guys moving or give you a kickstart or, help to get you to where you really want to get to?
Really, just the. Well, I'll say it like this. Basically, when we get in the studio, um, it's like magic. It just all comes together, and it's
Mm,
just. I don't know. It's a beautiful experience. Just the act of just making music and just see how things gel together. It's a magical moment, and it's
mm,
always have been that way from the beginning. Whenever we get together, it's an instant lock. So that for me, the energy with that is just says it all for me.
You know,
mm,
the, right? The unfortunate part about it is, we're all grown men,
Yeah.
and with that comes responsibility. So everyone has collective families and children, mortgages and things of that nature. And
Right.
so sometimes you you don't want to do it, but sometimes you have to put the group on the back burner for a
Okay.
second because you have to go out and make a living,
Mm,
and in the process of doing so, um, you almost have to kind of pick and choose what you kind of put on hold for a second, and
okay.
sometimes it might be the group to say, okay, well, we'll get in the studio next week. We'll just take the pictures 2 weeks from now. We'll take well, let's plan that show another month, and when you do that, it keeps getting put out further and further. So we have to collectively um say, no matter what, this
We're
has
gonna
to
stick to
happen
this.
on
Yeah.
this day.
Yeah.
Right.
And you got
Yeah,
7 years, right? He's giving you 7 years. He wants to get there before he's 60,
Oh,
right?
Hey,
right,
trust me.
I tell them all the time. I don't know what y'all gonna do. I got 7 years, and I'm not waiting for you, or you. I want to get this money. If y'all not with it, I love you just the same. But I'm going to get to my goal, and I
Understood.
want to get to my goal with them.
I got you.
All right.
Excellent.
and I'm
Excellent.
and I'm
And
riding along too. I'm not playing.
excellent, excellent. Well, what I'm going to do now, gentlemen, there's a message from AGA Tours. You're one of their favorite groups, loving you. This is such an honor to be seeing you. And that really is where people are at, because when I said that I was interviewing yourselves again, people are like, wow, I mean, we've only got X amount on this, but it's gone out on different streams and different channels.
Right.
And really, I do feel that the UK are ready for you guys. And so, it's just how to make that happen. But like as Amar said, Amar, right? Sometimes when you have, I kept on calling you Anwar for some reason, and it just stuck in my head, and I had to go back and double check that I didn't have it on all the promo stuff. Having a senior moment, man.
It's all good. No, I'm
But
not mad at it.
yeah, but you
I'm not
guys
mad
are
at it.
really, really loved, especially in the UK. So whatever you have to do to make it happen, as they say, show
We
must go.
never even been out there to even get to receive the love. I went with Lucy Pearl. That's the most international travel I ever went. But once I went over there, I see how much they appreciate R&B music.
Yes, they
And
do.
Toni have never.
Well, we did. Not as.
No. I ain't saying you never went. I'm talking about you never
Yes, we
really
did, guys.
tried.
We did.
We never explored it like many times. You went probably 2 years out of the last 32 years.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's not getting the love. UK is real big. It ain't just London. Okay? And we went 2 times. Amar, you just went recently in 2000 something. Like 2013.
Somewhere. No, it was a little later than. Well, somewhere around there. No, it was a little later than that, but yeah.
2014, 2013.
It was some.
But you went 1 time or 2 times the whole time you was in the group with 20 years.
I went once.
See, that's my point.
Well, there's no better time than the present.
You didn't have to sound so angry about it.
No. You know what? I sound angry about it because I know how much London love R&B.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to go over to a break.
I know how much they love R&B music, and we missed out on a lot of money out there.
Okay, well, like we said, outside of this, there's a conversation that we can have. But in the meantime, whilst you guys, continue your argument, I'm going to go over to Trading Places by 3.
It's alright.
Right. You know, I've got people pinging me like, you know, Toni, what? Ah! I told you they are ready for you. Then somebody else is I can't get onto Facebook. I said we were on YouTube. It's about having multiple streams, man. You know, you've got to make it happen, whichever way you make it happen.
That's right.
And Elijah, I want to just get to find out a little bit more about you, you know, a little bit more about your musical background, because like I said, I've interviewed these other gentlemen before, and I'm going to dip back into all of you, but just give us a little bit more about your musical background.
Well, my musical background stems from gospel quartet music. I played it in my childhood, my father, and all the R&B top 40, you know, as a kid and junior high school, and Toni and my solo projects, and that's the extent of my music career. So I love gospel music and funk.
And funk.
And funk.
And you know, outside of this, because outside of the group, you all have your individual projects as well. What is the latest? We can touch on that briefly. What is the latest track or project that you've worked on for your own self?
Right now, I'm doing my funk CD. I got a single called Lige and DOA. Right now, I have Park Avenue, my group I put together. The CD is titled Soul Palation. So those my current projects.
Right. You
and
see,
of course, 3TOB.
Okay. There's another message from someone, Sister Esther, we are missing out. The UK are waiting. You need to make it happen. Nothing is done before it's time. You got my support. So
we coming.
And yourself, Amar. And yourself, Amar. Now I just got something else in my mind. What is the latest project that you have personally worked on?
Besides the 3TOB stuff that we're doing, I'm working on we're kind of been working on a solo efforts, you know, just putting out different singles. I have By My Side out right now, Who Do You Love? Prior to that, I had my inspirational gospel project out, and I had Born Again and Where There's a Will, There's a Way. And so beyond that, it's really trying to get focused in on 3TOB. I've kind of set my project to the side a little bit and haven't really been working on some other things. I got a single that I've been messing around with the mix. Carl has messed with the mix a little bit. My other guys messed with the mix, and but it's a hot song. It's absolutely a winner. It's absolutely, but I haven't done anything with it as far as release. Because I need to finish up some stuff with 3TOB and really get focused on what we need to do to push us, and then that way, 3TOB can be the conduit to everything else that we're doing, you know. So
excellent. And Antron, I am coming to you, my dear. What about you? Is there anything else that you're working outside of 3TOB? Antron?
I do not know. No, you was talking to me. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I couldn't hear you.
Sorry. So what's happening with Antron as well? Are you doing anything else outside 3TOB, or is your main focus 3TOB at this moment in time?
Well, 3TOB is the foundation of it. So everything else I do is on the outside of it. So that's my focus, is the foundation. As long as your foundation is solid,
absolutely.
Everything else, you know what I'm saying? You can do everything else, you know. It's good. But I want to bring up a fact that what Elijah didn't bring up is that he's one of the rare left-handed bass players that you would ever hear, and he's good at it. I'm not jockeying you, Lige. I'm not jockeying you.
Yes, you are.
Leave me alone. It's Father's Day. Enjoy your Father's Day.
All right, I'll take that.
Okay, so Elijah, come on. Like you said, it's Father's Day. Come on, got to draw you out.
Yes, listen, I want to elaborate what we was talking about as far as us getting this project done. All of us are alpha males, and we all have our own projects and have our own way of doing things. So when we get together, it's magic, but it is a lot challenging too at the same time. So it caused a little tension, but we've been doing this for 40 years. Like we've been family and friends. We know everybody temperament. So we can get through whatever. So that's another challenging part. But once we, like Amar said, everybody got priorities of taking care of their families right now. We just need to find the slots. Like, okay, we can do it these 2 days out this month or a week out of a month. However, we have to figure out, but we have to figure it out.
Okay. And Carl, where are you?
I'm here.
Say something, Kev. Say something.
You might want to turn yourself around, Carl, so the light sit the other way, so the light can hit your face.
Move over a little bit?
So the light can hit your face.
That's a little better. That's a little better. So if I say to you guys, what is still special about, I would say, I'm going to use 3TOB. What do you feel is still unique about yourselves? What can you bring to audiences? Because as it's clear, I'm getting messages that people remember you and people are ready and waiting for you guys. So what do you feel makes you unique? Because each band has their own USP. What is it that you can bring to the table?
Well, I'll start that. I think what makes us unique is the fact that we all playing instruments and we're coming to you with some soulful, beautiful music that it's old school with a new twist on it. And me personally, I miss that in the music today, and I think that we still have what it takes to keep that music alive and keep people with that feel good essence. So that's my take on it.
Yeah, brilliant.
May I say something, please?
You can indeed.
That cat Carl, the Rev, I think all of us have met the devil at the crossroads, but Carl done him off.
Carl done what?
Carl done ran the devil off the crossroads. The devil don't even want to see Carl at the crossroads.
I'm trying. Come on, man.
What do you mean by that? You need to elaborate, Antron. What do you mean by that? I'm curious. You can't say something like that and not elaborate.
When it comes to Hammond and piano, the devil gonna run. He ain't got nobody better. We on God's side.
Let me translate for Antron. He says Carl is very anointed on them keys.
Okay.
Well, thank you guys. I appreciate that. Yeah, you guys are awesome within yourself. That's why we got such a great band, because everybody's is amazing.
Yes, like the thing is, what like Carl was saying, what's missing is we would truly be the only R&B band left in the millennium, like that can really still make the music and still perform the same, and it just be like a whole nother extension of Toni, which who we are, another whole nother extension of Frankie Beverly and Mays, Commodores, and etc. Parliament. We carry that same unity and that same sound and that same authenticity
and passion. Yeah.
And I guess that is your unique, that is your USP. And that's what, and especially with passion, like I was talking to the Stubbs girls, and what they said is that they are about love, but also they said, it was Sheila, she goes, I'm fire when I'm on stage. And so when you are feeling that yourself, and when you imbue that within yourself, your audience are going to feel it and they're going to vibe off it.
That's right.
And then you're bringing the classics, and then you're sort of making a little bit of the old and a little bit of the new. And there's that magic formula. There's that magic formula there. And I really like the way Antron is, he's sort of pulling at each one of you and drawing out, your your gifts. And so you guys have a winning formula, like you said. I think it's just about timing for you guys.
Well, let us give him his gift. Antron is the youngest member and was the first member who owned his own studio at a teenager, and was writing songs and writing hit records before all of us. Him and Carl, they is hand in hand, but Tron was as impressive because he was still in school. You know what I'm saying? But Carl been doing this since Carl been a TV star since he was like 7 years old.
Yeah.
That's why he's cocky.
No, I'm not.
That's why he's all cocky. Come on, right there.
Like that line. He been a celebrity since he was 7 years old, so he used to it. I'm tired of the camera.
Oh, come on, Lige.
But didn't you all start at quite a young age? I mean, Amar, when did you first realize that you had the gift, that you wanted to be in the industry? You were all quite young when you felt that calling, so to speak, weren't you?
Yeah, I was in 7th grade, really, when it really, really, really hit. I was always around music because, my uncle had his band, and they was all the stuff was set up down in my grandmother's basement. And I had Herschel Happiness, who lived right across the street from me, who used to be in Larry Graham and Graham Central Station, and his brother William Kennedy gave me my first drum set. That I took first place in a drum competition. But this was early on. And then I kind of left.
What?
Yeah. William Kennedy gave me my first drum set, my Pearl
awesome,
5.
Dude. Okay.
And
that's
then,
awesome. I didn't know that. That's awesome.
Yeah, they be keeping all them top secrets.
Yeah, and so but it wasn't until I got to junior high school, and me and Raphael went to the same high school, and so he got in the talent show playing the bass by himself, and I got in the talent show singing Bobby Caldwell's "Who Do You Love?"
Oh, wow.
No.
What you gonna do for love?
What do you want to do for love?
And when during the whole performance, all the girls were screaming. Everybody was, jumping up, and the choir teacher said, "How come you're not in the choir? How come you didn't take choir this?" And I was like, she said, "Well, next semester you're in the choir. I'm going to make sure I get your schedule together." And so that was the moment for me that I was like, okay, I could do this.
This is it.
Wow.
Yeah.
Let me hook on to him for 1 second. Amar was like the childhood Michael Jackson. We used to do talent shows, and Amar was our front man. Raphael on the bass. I'm on percussions. He been doing this for quite some time, so he ain't new to. He was a childhood front man when we was kids.
Wow. You're seasoned. You're well seasoned, mate, Amar. So
got a little bit of got a little black pepper and seasoning salt.
Little hot sauce. You need some hot sauce now to fire you up to get you where you need to get to.
Indeed.
What I'm going to do now, I've got 2 of the guests for the Rude Boys in the studio.
Okay.
I'm gonna let them in soon, but I want to play before we move over. Never gonna give you up.
You don't have to say a word.
But I've got Never Gonna Give You Up because, like I said, those were, those are 2 of my favorites at the moment. And then I'm going to bring on the Rude Boys.
Nice.
All right.
Babe, I wanna
Yeah, one of my favorites. Those two are my favorites, my favorites, my favorites. And it's interesting. Do you mind if I let the Rude Boys in as I sort of continue the
Oh, of course
conversation?
not.
No, it's all
Yeah.
Of
good.
course not.
All good. Yeah. Come on in here.
Hello.
What's
Good
up?
day.
Hey, what's up, fellas?
How you
Yes,
guys?
sir.
What's up, sir?
Joe.
How y'all doing?
What's
Well,
up?
hello,
Yeah, peace and
Joe. Hello,
blessings.
G. Hello, Kenny.
Hello. How
Hey,
you guys
hey, hey,
doing?
hey. Hello, hello.
Well,
It's
in the
written
studio with
all
me
over
already.
your face.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
don't have to say a word.
That's right.
Enjoy, boy.
That that
Oh,
that, that's Cleveland's Big Block Little Joe.
Hey, what's
Big
going
block.
on?
For
Yeah.
sure.
oh, wow. Well, it's a real
What's
pleasure
going
having
on?
this. Right. Just in winding down. That track, Never Gonna Give You Up, and also Trading Places, I believe that those tracks, and you can put me right if anything, those tracks are very much about your transitioning, Trading Places. Is that is
Yeah.
that right?
Well, trading places. When I was writing the verses, I kind of went in
Mm,
about the second verse was really a punch in the gut to the other guys, but Elijah was like, no, that's a little too hard. Let's soften it up and talk about somebody, put a female in that place as if we're talking
mm,
about, her. But it was really about movement, transition, you know.
okay. Well, guys, thank you. It's been a real pleasure. I mean, if you want to stay on, Rude Boys, are you okay if members of 3TOB would like to stay on? And you
No,
have,
let them have their shine, man. We respect y'all, man.
yeah.
Hopefully we can do a show together, fellas. You know what I'm
For
saying?
sure, bro.
That's right.
Bring that
Appreciate it.
music back right. But y'all get y'all time, man. And we hook up after this exchange numbers. Let's talk about it.
Hey, y'all be safe, man. Happy Father's Day to the
Yeah,
fathers.
same to
Same
you
to y'all,
guys,
brother.
man.
Yeah,
Yes,
bro.
sir.
I
Peace.
Brilliant. Well,
Thank you, man. We
Carl,
appreciate you.
Antron,
All right.
Elijah, and Amar, thank you so much, and I will be in touch.
All
Okay,
right,
thank
thank
you
you.
so
Okay.
much.
All right,
All
be
right,
good, y'all.
y'all.
Y'all be safe, bro.
One love.
One
Happy
love.
Father's Day. Thank you, Esther.
Woo. Well, gentlemen, there we go. Thank you so much for this opportunity to be on the sofa with Esther.
Thank you
Um,
for having us.
no, I'm looking forward. I'm looking forward. You guys are legends in your own rights, just as with 3TOB. You're one of the top bands from the 80s, 90s, and it's still nice to see that you guys are still out there doing your thing, and still, carrying the torch for what you guys stand for. So, Joe, I like to ask all my guests, might get a little bored with this, but who is Joe, I would say, in a nutshell, in a peanut shell, or a crab shell?
Can't hear you, bro.
Can't hear you.
Yeah, can you
Hey,
hear
can you hear
us?
me now?
Yeah,
Yeah, I
you
can hear
good.
you now.
Oh,
Yes.
sorry about that. Um, who am I? I'm just a imaginative, intuitive person. Love to see others do well. I love to contribute and give my gifts in which God has blessed me with, and just touching lives. I'm outgoing. I'm a people's person, and I just care about I just care about others and care about our society and the world and what's going on. And just a
Mhm.
person that truly wants everyone to be able to have love for themselves and be able to be in touch with who they are. That's who I am.
Excellent. I think that it sounds like a crab shell. And I'm going to ask the same to you, G. G, what about you? Who are you I say a coconut shell.
Well, I want to say, I guess I'm a family man first, and everybody know that, because I love my family,
Excellent.
my wife, my kids, my mother. I'm a brother, and I just try to be the best person that I could be, because my mom always raised me to do unto others. So that's what I base my life on, having morals and values, and really respecting life. I just think that's more important than anything.
You know, the music, of course, that's me.
Mm,
I was born to do this, you know, so that's without even saying, but it's a blessing to be here, you know, to be able to share it with the family, and I got kids that's doing it also. So being able to do that with the children, they keeping me into it also. But
excellent, excellent.
yeah,
Had a message from someone who's rise up the Rude Boys. We have been blessed this evening. So
appreciate you.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, people are. And the same to you, Kenny. What? Let's see. Who is Kenny in a crab shell, a peanut shell, and maybe a peanut shell?
In a peanut shell.
Yeah, come on now.
Well, me, I'm a hard-working stripper. You know, I started stripping at the age of 10.
Did you
And
I
polish
don't
the
want to
no, I'm
pole
just
though?
kidding.
know.
Only kidding. Only kidding.
Did you polish the pole? I need to know
Only
before you
kidding.
got started.
I
That's fucking
I
crazy.
hone my craft. Always got to clean and polish. That's it. No, I'm just a Southern boy at heart. I guess I'm a musician. First, and I just like the simple things, and just being at peace with myself, so to speak. You know what I mean? I love performing with my brothers.
Yeah, that's for sure.
Mm, mm. And what would you say, gentlemen, makes the Rude Boys unique in their own way? Because each band has their own uniqueness and are known for certain things. What do you feel that is for yourselves?
Well, can I say I
Well, I
want to
will speak.
go
Oh,
ahead,
go ahead,
Jesse.
G.
Okay, yeah, I just
No,
want to
go
start
ahead, man.
off by I just want to start off by thanking Joe for allowing me and Kenny to be in the group because we the newest members. So I have to give
Yes.
respect to Buddy Banks and Bingo, who's gone now, rest in peace. You know what I'm saying? But I'm glad. I just want to thank Joe for giving me and Kenny the opportunity to be in the group because I've been around Joe since a youngin', since I was 20 years old. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
So I've been in the family for a long time with the Rude Boys. You know, behind the scenes, Buddy brought us to the OJs, and when I
oh
was in a
yes,
group called the
Gerald.
Fellas, and that's how I end up writing on Gerald Levert, being blessed to write on Gerald in '95 and sing backgrounds on the songs. He
Mm,
sings on the Groove On album. So I've been in the camp, you know, and
mm,
then I introduced Joe to Kenny because me and Kenny been around each other since we was teenagers. You know what I'm saying? So we brothers from another mother. You know what I'm saying? So doing music together, we used to
mm,
live in Cali together in a group. And when Joe was looking for some other members, I introduced Kenny to him, and the magic was made between the three of us because we three individuals that have our own style, but together it's unique. You know what
yes.
I'm saying? Because each one of us bring a special part to the group, you know, and can stand alone, but at the same time, we want to be together as a group because it's so much fun singing together as brothers and having
Mm,
fun on stage together, and you know, just sharing the moments in our life that we got, you know, get to cherish, you know. So I appreciate that, Joe. You know, I want to tell you,
excellent.
give you your flowers while you're here, brother.
But it is Father's Day, so you've
Yes.
got that excuse. Father's
Go
Day.
ahead, Kenny. What you were saying, bro? Yeah.
Kenny?
There you go. Yeah, you in there, Jesse?
Jesse.
Don't
Yeah.
think he's.
Well, what I would say is what I love. He probably a lot back on. What I
Yeah.
love about us is that each one of us individually have a very unique voice.
Mm,
We all bring something different to the table as a team, and I believe that the combination between the three of us is a championship type
No doubt.
winning team. Like vocally, I believe that we are the best, group out of the '90s groups,
Mm.
pound for pound. That's just how I feel, and it's not about being arrogant, but I know I'm blessed to have two brothers next to me by my side that I know that we can back each other up.
No
So
doubt.
the Blue Boys, we are the best. Just like DJ Khaled say, we the best. We the best.
Yeah.
We the best of when it comes to some vocalities.
Come on now.
Some vocals that our harmonies are beautiful, and like I said, each one of us brings something different to the table, and we have a championship mixture as far as the group vocal wise. Kenny, Jesse.
Jesse, that's his alias
I'm
name.
sorry.
If you're wondering why we
I'm
calling him
having.
Jesse.
Oh, okay, okay.
Yeah.
And what And what about you,
I'm
Kenny?
having a hard time. I'm sorry. It might be the area that I'm in. I'm having a hard
Yeah,
time,
stay
but
where you at. Just
um,
stand where you
I
at
you
because
know
it's working.
I'm trying. Um, I just I have to say ditto to what both G and Joe have said. You know, it's been a blessing to be able to do our craft together. I think we're three individual people, but we come together as one unit when we're together, if that
Yeah,
makes sense. And it's
Yes.
like it's you don't get that chemistry from a lot of people. You know what I mean? We could be away from each other for a whole year and we come right back together as if we were never, apart.
yeah.
Excellent.
So yeah,
Excellent, excellent.
yeah.
And what do you feel? Because you've been in the industry for a long time and you're still going. So, what do you feel has been your longevity, other than getting on so well with each other and individually and then collectively? But what do you also feel is your longevity, and you still have an appeal to to your audiences? What do you feel that is? Not it's not your appeal,
I just feel that we just truly best to still look good. We have a good look about ourselves. We take care of ourselves. And we just, even within the way that we dress, we don't try to go too far. We don't try to be young. We're not trying to fall in the place of like an old school group, but we have just an even tempered look and a vibe.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
I believe that would transcend us and we could keep being around for a long time. A lot of people can kind of understand that the 90s groups and people our age, we are at a great place as far as being able to understand old school and
yeah,
be able to connect even with the younger school up under us. So our generation, you know, we like some of the stuff that our children like. We got grown children that's in their early 20s, and some of the music we can appreciate because a lot of the new music take away from some of the old music, so we can feel the vibe and we're able to understand, even though stuff is like I would say is not as wholesome and great. Music is not like it used to be. I do find beauty within some of the new music, and so we're able to find an even kilt where we can just kind of find a nice balance,
right,
which is
right.
we have a great balance of a look and a sound that we can be around. I went to a 90s throwback party that a rapper out of Cleveland gave. He had a movie premiere on Saturday, and all they played was 90 music, and the crowd was like 21 to maybe 40. I was the oldest person there. He invited me, but every song that they played from the 90s, those kids were singing. I'm talking about
Right.
every song. It was not one song that they played from the 90s that these kids didn't know. So
Wow.
you figured that, like, if my son and my kids grew up in my household, they
Mm,
grew up listening to 90s R&B. It was their dad's era. So I mean, we're in a good place. We got songs that transcend. Written all
yeah.
over your face. Now the real true longevity is that Written All Over Your Face is still in medium rotation across the country.
Yes, and I'm ex-
Everywhere, every day, Written All Over Your Face is played in the United States, definitely. In every state, every city is on the adult contemporary platform. So that has helped us have a mainstay by having such a great song. That's the number one key to the Rude
Yeah.
Boys' longevity and success.
brilliant, brilliant. And what do you think, it is about that particular track that's it's still relevant, it's still, it's still out there. What is it about that particular track itself, do you feel? Um,
Because it's
yeah,
simple. It's simple. It's
Yeah.
simple. The beat is straight ahead, and anybody is a sing-along song. So anybody can sing. It's written all over your face. You
Yeah.
don't have to say a word. From a baby to grandma,
Right.
they can
yeah,
sing the song, and the words are comforting words. The words are happy words. The lyrics are of a high vibration, a happy vibration. And
yes,
I don't care where we are and who is on that show with us or who is around. When that song comes on, is the song of the night. Is the song of the night because of the feel good and that anybody can sing it, and it's just a catchy song.
mm,
But when we did it in the studio back in the day, we knew after we finished. I don't know if you ever let the song keep going all the way to the end. We like whoop 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 whoop. Yeah, let's hope we sell 1 million. We felt good about the song. And so it always had a vibe to it. And when Larry took me to his house, his home studio, to sing it, we knew there, and we presented it to Gerald, and Gerald was like, "Oh yeah, man." And what's crazy is that Atlantic didn't even never want to release it. They thought that it wasn't a good release at that time, and we was like, "I like Gerald, we got to fly up to Atlantic and talk to Sylvia, because this song is our big shot." And when it came out, it did what it did. It held a record for being on the chart for one of the longest holds. We stood in at number 2, waiting for Whitney Houston, All the Man That I Need, to leave. She held it down with that song for the longest, and they was just like, man, y'all would go number 1 if it wasn't for Whitney. She's still holding it down. But finally, the song went down, and we scooted up into the number 1 position, and that was it. You know, and the song stayed in heavy rotation. And then soon after that, we followed with a song I wrote called "Are You Lonely for Me?" And we went number 1 back to back. We had 2 number 1 records back to back, which was a great thing and a great accomplishment for a rookie album.
Excellent. And Kenny, is he hearing us?
I'm sorry, I can hear you. I actually overbooked myself, and so I'm at another gig. So you please apologize. Please accept my apology. But I'm
That's
here.
fine.
I'm listening to you. I'm with you.
That's fine. When you can chip in, then chip in. That's understandable.
Oh, yeah.
But what I'm going to do, I'm just going to play an excerpt from "Written All Over Your Face," because you know what the sense I'm getting about from this interview is how you are really effectively collaborating the old school with the new school, and yet in the middle of it, there's a passion to create something else that's, I feel, that's organically coming out of both of those merges as well. And what's really nice is this whole thing of, there's such a groundedness to you guys. You can feel that groundedness is very palpable, and it's very strong. And I feel that's probably also what people feel when you are out of stage. They can feel that grounding, they can feel that passion, and this sort of explosiveness. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it definitely is, because that's really who we are. You know, it's nothing fake about it. You know, it's facts. So when we get together, it's real. We pray before we hit the stage, and we get on there and do what God gave us the gift to do, which is to make people
Excellent.
smile and see people enjoy the music. You know what I'm saying? That's what it's about.
Excellent. Okay, well, what we're going to do now, we're going to go over to "Written All Over Your Face."
Hey.
Yeah.
90s style.
Yeah.
Yo, Larry, man, you think you can sing this song today? We kind of hoarse today, you can pull it out. Buddy, nah, man, Melvin, too high for me, man. But look, hey, here, dude, come on, man, come on, hold on. Kick it, shut down, It's written all over your face. You don't have to say the words. You got to say the words. Tell them what you do. Smile, 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 smile for me. Smile for me. Better than any word I ever heard. I know that I'm a very lucky guy to have something like you. Oh, yeah. Never met a girl in my life like you before. You make all my dreams come true.
And I'm going to pause it there. I can see you, G, getting into that.
Wow.
Yeah, and you notice the
Get the same
moves.
feeling, bro. Every time you hear the
Yeah.
song, it's like, you know what I'm saying? It never ends, bro. Wow.
And even just like you said, Joe, the energy of, and that was definitely you doing your swinging and everything there, you definitely still have that energy about you. And, like you said, it's the words of, it's that happy, that feel good, happy type of, yeah, let's rock. And you can't help it. I was going to ask you something. And so sort of moving forwards a bit, because I know that you've, Joe, you've done a track of your own as well. So I'm going to sort of dip in and dip out, gentlemen. Yeah, because we're just trying to get a real wholesome feel for yourselves. Joe, so bring you up a little bit. You've got a track out also, When I Think of You, and that was quite a personal track as well, because it was the track was written at a time when you lost quite a few people in all at one time. And so for me that also showed the having that diverse skill to write a song or create a song, and with a totally different feel, but still to have that power around it. Is that making sense?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Because sometimes people can just throw songs out because they've had a hit, but that was quite poignant. So can you share a bit about that, and then I'll come to you, G, then I'll come to you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, yeah, at that point, the song When I Think of You that I put out was a song about my wife who passed in 2016. And 3 weeks before she passed, I lost one of the group original Rude Boys, Larry Marcus. And so it was a very, very tough time for me, very challenging, and just working through this. But, within it, through the pain and with God's blessings, I came up with this song. I was able to keep keep going and understand that these situations were God's work, and that it was nothing that I could add or take away from it. And so I just had to live with it, live through it, and have an understanding about what I was going through. So that's how When I Think of You came about. My cousin did the track, Norman Long, and Wade Long, that's his brother. He did the track, and so when he sent it to me, I had it for like a year. Then and every time I would listen to the track, it would just bring tears to my eyes, and I'm like, what is going on? This music is really tugging at my heartstrings. And so one day it hit me. I just started writing it, and I was thinking about my wife who had passed, and thinking about Bingo, and then I lost like a couple more people since that. So it was real tough. And the lyrics started coming to me, and I just started, writing the song. And that's how it came about, and that's what it is, with that. But one thing I do love about our group is that we are also all individual solo artists, and we have our own projects that we work on, which help push our name, and we still push the name of Rude Boys. We all are truly individuals and have different things that we are to give to this world, and we understand that we are creative. And some groups, they be tripping like when one person goes solo or when they do a solo project. That's not the case with us. We feel that it helps the collective, and it helps us individually be able to express from ourselves what we feeling. So the other guys, as you go to each one of them, they'll tell you and take you down the journey of the singles that they have put out and that they're intending to put out. I've got another single I put out called Beautiful, with a song with an artist named Pharaoh Loco, and I'm just currently working on putting some new stuff out. And the Rude Boys, we have some banging songs that we already have, in which we want to present to the public. So we'll be doing some videos real soon in the next few months to come. Because we're getting everything back going. But that's just basically the story of When I Think of You. And G, he has a great song that he put out not too long ago, and Kenny got like about 3. Kenny been dropping them like they hot, He been
how
that boy been dropping some bangers. He gonna tell you about his bangers he been dropping. So we gonna go to G. We saving Kenny for last.
Yeah, you gotta say Hot Cake.
He got the most body of work.
What's his nickname? Hot Cake on the pole.
Yeah, he been doing his thing, but G right there.
Yeah, I got.
Maybe I need to go and put the kettle on for this one for Kenny.
Right.
Okay, so G, what about you? Just give us a bit about what you've been working on in the background.
Yeah, I have 2 singles out right now, really, because all of us focusing on singles. So I have one called "Come By," and it's a video also on YouTube. My wife is in the video, and we actually wrote the song together. And then the new single is called "I Want You." We just released almost a week now. I Want You. So we'll be doing a video real soon to that also. But that's the 2 singles I have out now. It's under G LeBeau. Same thing, GLABEAUD. That's the Instagram, everything. So, and then Kenny will let you know about his project. So we've been working together on that too. So.
Okay, excellent, excellent. And you know what's really nice about this? Before I come to you, Kenny, because I've, you know, the guys have intimated that it's going to be a long conversation.
No, it's not. No, it's not.
But what's really nice is, as Joe says, you know, just, you know, being individuals and being a collective and being strong in that. So there's no sort of tripping about whether you know, you've given each other permission without even realizing you're giving permission, because you're strong enough in yourself to do that.
Right.
And that itself is a power in itself. So Kenny, I'm coming to you now. Let's hear what you've been up to, Kenny.
And I hope the noise behind me is not.
Nah,
I'm
you
doing.
good, man.
I play.
You're good.
Is it loud?
Nah,
No,
you
you're
good.
good. You're good. You're good.
Okay, cool, cool. I've been playing live with you know, with bands around town and things like that. So I'm promoting my project. So my current project is going to be
Mm.
the last time. The last time. Make sure you download it. It's all digital platforms. But
Okay.
my boy G, I say that again. I'm sorry.
No, we didn't say
Oh,
anything. We're listening.
yes.
We're
Yes, I appreciate it again. But yeah, um, the last time you definitely got to get that. So Free is also one that I released last year, right before the pandemic happened. Um, that one is a classic as well. So I just, you know, I learned from my brothers, you know, and just able to just blessed to be able to do it, you know, and us keep
Right.
doing it, you know, all of us, everybody's, you know, dropping music, and then when we come together, it's a busy schedule. It definitely is a busy schedule.
Mm-hmm.
excellent, excellent. And gentlemen, how did the pandemic sort of affect you, if anything? I mean, did you, you know, what was it that you learned about yourself during that process? And, you know, some of this music, was like, did you give birth to that throughout that time?
Yeah, yeah, we definitely did. We had to step back and focus more on business side, everything, like making sure our songs is registered. Certain things we have to do behind the scenes to get
Mm.
things going, but we've been doing that. And also, me and my wife built a recording studio for
Okay,
us and the family, and the Rude Boys. All it's our piece. Is our where That's where I'm at right now. We got a studio, and it's a photography studio also at home, outside the house. We
excellent.
finally was able to do something out of the house where we can focus on the music without, you know, having the kids in the background, you know. So it's a blessing to be able to do that. So we've been focusing on that, and now I'm thankful that they're opening the doors to do shows again, live shows where we can perform and do what we love to do. Because, you know, being online as far as doing the streaming is different. It's a whole different
Yes,
vibe.
the
It's
energy is
not
not
like,
quite
yeah,
there.
it's not like having a crowd in front of you where you can respond and react to the action you get from people, you know, the smiling and just seeing that, because we vibe off of that. You know, we pull
Mm,
energy from people when we on stage, you know, so that's a blessing.
Yeah,
brilliant,
that's why
brilliant.
I couldn't turn this gig down. I
That's
was
right.
like, you
Yeah,
know,
take all of
during
them
the
down.
time that we're doing this interview, I appreciate it. But what I learned is to push
Mm.
away from the table, because I know I done gained about 20
Come on now.
pounds. But, you know,
Say it.
I did learn to push away from the table a little bit, you know.
What does that mean? Sorry, what does push away from the
That
table
means
mean? Sorry.
trying to
That
Put that
means
fork
put the
down.
fried food
put the
down.
fork down, the food. You got, you know what I'm saying? You got,
You know,
we all have to
yeah.
learn that in this
Hey,
process right here, you know? So
you know what I mean? But hey, you got to do what you got to do. I mean, we're talking, well, we were down a year and some change. You know what I mean?
yeah.
That was that. I never personally thought that I would live through something like that, a pandemic. You know what I
Mm.
mean? That catastrophic. And this has been an eye opener to, you know, not let the little things bother you. You know what I
Yes,
mean?
Yeah.
So many
Yeah.
people literally lost their lives
Bless
in
you, brother.
2 weeks. 2 weeks it took them to catch COVID and lose their lives. And it's just like weeks and argue and complain about the small things in life that's, you know, that's irrelevant, you know?
Right. That's facts, bro.
absolutely. And what about you, Joe?
Basically, you want to know what I learned through the pandemic?
Yeah.
Just really how to be still. I really felt that this pandemic you know, was here for a lot of people to be still, try to reflect on their lives, and try to make plans and plan goals for their future. So, you know, during this time of the pandemic, I had time to be still, find ways to understand more who I am and to love myself more and to love on other people more. I found to understand, and, you know, I came to put some short-term, intermediate, and long-term goals together, you know, for me to reach for, you know, creating vision boards. And, you know, I was able to create a lot of great music within this time, you know, so like all of us have our own little studios at home. So, you know, G with the real, he got the real studio hookup, but we all have our own studios, which I'm sitting in mine right now. And, you know, I was able to really create some great music, some great songs.
Yeah.
So it was just a time to be still and have an understanding that this is God's work yet again. You know, when God does what God do, it's just time for you to just find out how to navigate between it and find a sense of balance.
Right,
And so within that, I found a sense of balance that I've always been working towards, because that's what I thrive off is, you know, seeking balance in my life. I think that's the key to success, is to be successful within and to find that balance within so that we can come out into this crazy world and know how to deal with it. So I think the pandemic has its ups and it has its downs. We lost a lot of lives during this time, but a lot of people found themselves during this time. You know, a lot of people were able to, you know, be able to come closer to themselves. It's very important. Self-love is something that is a stickler with me and that is something that I try to base my life on and try to teach others. I teach a self-development class here in Cleveland 4 days a week for 2 hours a day. And I teach my students that you have to understand who you are, know who you are, find out what your purposes is, what your assignments are, so that you may, you know, go about them. You know, we are here for God's will and not our own, you know, so we have to understand that. So this pandemic was truly pivotal in my life, you know, and it was a bittersweet situation, I would say.
Excellent. We've just got another message from AGA Tools. Are you lonely for me? That's obviously one of their favorite tracks. They are lonely for you. I think there's so many people, you know, that are ready to have you guys over. And I feel coming through the pandemic has made people, like you said, realize what's really important. And what's really important is family and music, because music is what's going to keep you sane. Music is what keeps you together. But more so than that, music is, you know, the messages in the music. And that's why a lot of you guys who I say classic groups, because I remember I interviewed Gerald Alston for the Manhattans a couple of months ago.
Wow.
And he says, young lady, we're not old school, we're classic artists. Okay, we're classic.
Yeah.
So, you know, when you have that, because with classic comes this whole energy of honoring, respect, you know, all of those, that's what I feel is in that word. And the UK are ready for old school and classic, you know, and it would be great to have you guys over. And the time is rapidly running down. We've got 6 minutes left. I can't believe that that's been almost over half an hour already. But in winding down, what is it that you would share with anyone who, you know, we're coming through the pandemic and it's been challenging on many levels. And, you know, Joe, you said some key things. It is about people understanding self and understanding their self-worth. And, you know, even how do you experience that? So what would you say to anyone who's sitting on the fence, who just wants to jump out there and do stuff, but they're caught up with all the because there's lots of noise outside of this. There's lots of noise.
Yeah.
Too much noise. So how would you say you can keep grounded and just do what you've got to do?
Can't hear you, brother.
I'm sorry, I had you on mute. We only live one life as we know it. And what's important is that a lot of people are working hard to live a life that's after we gone. You know, a lot of people work really hard to create a situation for after where you really don't know where you're going. Living in the now, living in the moment is what really counts, because we are conscious right now to make great conscious decisions for yourself right now to build towards your future. And so if it's something that you want to jump off the fence or jump out the tree to do it. Go for it. Because one thing I don't want to ever do is that I never want to leave this earth without fulfilling the purpose and the assignments that God want me to be here. And a lot of people miss it because they're afraid. We're supposed to be living a life of being fearless. And that's what God wants us to be, because fear is one of our biggest, Achilles heel. So if you don't jump out and go for it, if you don't swing for the fences, if you don't swing the bat and wave the banner for what you believe in life, then you'll just be, you'll be getting old and you're like, damn, man, I should have did this. I never want to say I should have did this. So go for it. Win, lose, or draw, you tried. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So that's what it is. Go for it, man, because you are here. If you feel something within and you feel it and there's a burning desire, do it, because there's a reason why it's coming across, why it's coming across like that.
Brilliant. Thank you.
Nike said it best. Just do it. You know what I mean?
Like Nike said, right?
I'm telling you, right? Yeah.
Do it.
Yeah. Well, gentlemen, this has been a real pleasure talking to you guys. And I hope that whoever's been listening in today, that you've found some inspiration from this conversation. And like I said, for me, what I'm sensing and feeling around this is that there's a wholesomeness to each and every one of you. Keep pushing the table back, Kenny.
Hey, you know what I'm saying? You got to push it away. Put that pork down.
Right.
I'm gonna have you, a rib sandwich soon, but that's okay. That's okay.
Rib sandwich.
When we come over there, you just got to show me what the finer things are.
Okay. Well. Most definitely. I've learned some American lingo there, but just wishing you guys all the best. And I want to play out actually with Miss You So Much. It's either out of that, Miss You So Much, or When I Think of You. Which one should I go for?
Play Miss You So Much.
Miss You So Much.
That's one of our top songs, and you got Are You Lonely? Go Ahead and Cry. But Miss You So Much is one of the fans' favorite. We actually about to cut it from the show, though. We're gonna add some other exciting songs that we've done and just some stuff, and include a lot of our singles that we've been doing, because we got some nice grooving stuff like G Got Come By, which we're gonna put in our show. I wish you could play like Kenny's Last Time, because that's what we got, and maybe a little bit of these songs, but I don't know if you got them or not. So
I mean, what I do is have you guys back on again, and then this time send me all the tracks that you were doing individually as well, because it would be a real pleasure. And just
but play what you got, dear.
Right.
I will do. I love trying to be British. Are you trying to do the British accent? Are you? Right.
I was just in Wembley. I did a show in Wembley, February 28th, back in 2020.
Okay.
Right before the pandemic hit, I was there, and as soon as I got back to America, it was over. March, they shut down in March. So,
Wembley Arena. It must have been the
arena. No, I wish I'd be rich, but no, it was at a club in Wembley, England. I had a really good time.
Okay, that's interesting, because I had just come back from the States, and then a week later they shut things down.
Yeah.
So interesting times. But anyway, I'm going to go over now and play Miss You So Much. Ladies and gentlemen, you're listening to On the Sofa with yours truly, Esther. And I've got the Rude Boys with me. Here we go. Here we go.
Surrounded by four lonely walls, laying on the floor, waiting for your call, reminiscing what I've been missing. I miss you so much. I look at your picture daydreaming. I miss you so much.
Okay,
Yeah.
Hey.
Hey.
Woo,
I saw you in that groove, girl. Do your thing.
Yeah, you throw it up, throw that thing up on it.
As much as I could, as much as I could without bringing down everything in the studio.
That's right. Yeah.
Oh, fantastic. And it's like I said, looking forward to having you guys over, looking forward to having you back on again. And it'd be nice to have some of your own individual music as well. Because like you said, the UK are ready for you guys.
Right.
And just thank you so much for your time. I've really enjoyed this.
Yeah,
thank you so
again for
much.
having us.
Where are you located in the UK?
I'm in London. I'm in Southeast London.
Okay. All right. So we'll be
But I
coming
am-
soon. We'll see you, right?
Most definitely. You need to let me know first. And hopefully I'm be coming to the States as well. You didn't play it out and haven't got
When
time.
you come to the States, make sure you let us know. I know everybody tell you the same thing. Let us know.
Right.
You got a lot of people to let know.
Yeah, I will do. And because you've said it on air, actually, I'm going to hold you to that as well. So there we go.
And we need to send a shout out to Shay again for putting, tying us all together. She be keeping the rude boys in check. You know what I'm saying? Making sure we on point. So shout out to Shay.
Shay Davis. Yes, indeed.
Yeah.
Excellent, excellent. Is that Shaylon? Shay? Is it this lady?
Shallon Davis.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Well, brilliant.
Shallon Christine.
Christine. Okay, Shannon Christine. Well, thank you, Shannon. And I'd just like to say a big thank you to Anthony B. Williams, Ellen Soul Radio.
And Dr. April. That's who set the interview up originally. Dr. April.
Appreciate it.
Okay, Dr. April. So, Dr. April, thank you very much. John the Bossman Hall, thank you for setting up for TOB. Anthony B. Williams, thank you very much for having me on the station. And ladies and gents, there's lots of other great shows throughout the week. Just go to www.lnsoulradio.com and you can go onto our Facebook pages.
Happy Father's Day to the fathers once again.
Yes, happy Father's Day to all the fathers out there in the world.
Yeah, you're doing a fabulous job, guys. You're doing a fabulous job. All right, on that note then, ladies and gents, that's the end of the show, and we will see you next week. I'm taking a break in July, and then when I come back in August, I have some incredible people, like the 3 Degrees, Sister Sledge want to come back on again, and some other really fantastic artists. So, as I say, watch this space.
Hey.
Do you think?
And I'm going to play out with my... If I could find
Catch
it, my
On the
phone.
Sofa with Esther each and every Sunday between 8 and 10 p.m. GMT, where she'll be interviewing the finest artists from the past and present, garnished with quality music. So that's On the Sofa with Esther each and every Sunday between 8 and 10 p.m. GMT, right here on LN Soul Radio, where Neo Soul, R&B and Chat lives.
Turning Point, Your Lifestyle, Your Wellbeing magazine, the summer issue, available July 2021, in collaboration with Street Flair London. The theme of this issue, #Black Royalty. So what does this mean to you? In this issue, we will be exploring a new, refreshing narrative and perspective. This is not a revolution, this is a celebration of self. Time to step into our personal power to enable the collective power. The responsibility lies with us. Great articles, empowered conversations, exclusives, art, culture, health and well-being, and much more. Join the conversation at